Thank you, Professor. Professor Nagy, then I have a question because you said minilateral deals. So why not, well, shouldn't we have a minilateral deal, let's say the government of Japan, to export our LNG to them? Wouldn't that be an example of kind of using our comparative advantage, which is our West Coast access LNG export to a country like Japan? Couldn't we do a minilateral deal with the government of Japan to help them get the energy that they need?
So thank you very much for the question. So when I speak of minilateralism, I'm thinking about partnerships with 3 or 4 countries to deal with one potential functional issue. So I think that export to Japan on LNG would be a bilateral agreement. And here, when we're talking about bilateral agreement, the comparative advantages may be Japan's ability to build the technologies to export the LNG, and Canada would be the provider. So I think you're slightly mischaracterizing what I mean by minilateral, but I'm fully on the same page that I think that this is a partnership that has comparative advantages and shared interests, and that there's an opportunity for Japan to be a country that helps Canada open up its markets to energy resources, not only to Japan, but to key partners within the region.
So, Professor Nagy, then I'm going to go back to the Canada-Japan Action Plan, 2022. This was 6 areas were outlined in it between Ottawa and Tokyo, and they agreed to bolster cooperation. This is from your writing, so I'm just referencing it. Point number 5 talked about energy security. So wouldn't LNG exports and providing more of clean-burning Canadian energy to a market like Japan help them meet their energy needs while also removing other sources of energy that are from conflict zones or their over-reliance on other countries that are not as secure a supplier the way Canadians are? Like, I thought this action plan that you've referenced in the past in your writing could form the basis of like maybe this mini-lateral deals with other countries as well, could it not?
Absolutely. So I think here we've lost an opportunity with some of our environmental policies back in Canada, where we have not been able to export to the countries that actually rely on safe, transparent, and stable energy resources. And that's something that Canada can be. Again, I think it can be an energy superpower, whether it's through this joint action plan with Japan, or working with 3 or 4 other countries within the region to build those steady supply chains of energy, but also critical minerals to the region to ensure that their economies are stable and that they can continue to provide the goods that they do to Canada and Canadian citizens.
Very short, Chair. So for a country like Japan, how important it is to have a safe and stable supply of energy?
It's critical. They don't have indigenous energy resources. They export nearly 90 to 95% of their energy. And to work with a stable country like Canada that has huge energy resources would be a key asset. And I would advocate deepening that relationship and then using our energy and critical resources to benefit Canadians, but also to be that energy superpower that supplies the 3rd largest economy